turning around, all the while you have Ana farming away on the Deucer, ILTW on the Terrorblade. You know, this game, it's got all the parts covered. We're going to have team fight. We're going to potentially have the big, beefy late game carries. We got it all.
This is going to, you know, they're saying the battle of the mids. You know, I'm excited for Hoodwink versus Tiny because I haven't seen the matchup really. I don't know how it's going to go. Tiny feels like he's going to farm just fine. You can also use your Quelling Blade to cut the tree when you do see that the stun is coming for you. But I think this is the battle of the fours. The way that Saksa has been playing for the side of OG and the way GH has been securing stuff, and I'm really liking Clockwork right now. So I'm looking at these two, seeing what they're going to be able to do inside early game, because I feel like their positioning is going to be so crucial to disrupt these big team fight combos that will be coming out, especially from the side of Team Mako. We have Darkseer and Warlock. These two heroes have been always known as these kings of team fights. So let's see if OG can break it up. And of course, I have to talk about what T-Governor was saying. Testing out a lot of things inside of lobbies, just having some fun with Spell Amp and all that. Sharpshooter with Blood Rage and Ancient Apparition Vortex, you can do some ridiculous damage in the later stages. Just looking at the numbers, they'll build toward it as well. So we'll see what it all comes down to, and we'll see how much damage it is going to be able to do, especially for something like Terrorblade. Pre-BKB, like, there's some one-shot potential if he is fully amped up. I want to see a Veil on the side of OG too, so we will see what we get going.
Oh, here we have it. Nigma ready to look for some action already. Oh, it's a big fatal bonds. On the fourth, and they're on top of Saksa. GH, he will go down, but Saksa's going to be the first to fall as Nigma claim first blood.
GH gets the kill. Topson gets the rebuttal, so Topson will be enabled nicely. Now, I'm gonna be watching at mid and the 4 positions for the most part. Side lane still definitely will be a bit exciting, but it's a Warlock with a Terrorblade, so we'll see lots of heal sustain. Bloodseeker also, lots of heal sustain. And we'll see what Saksa does with these early movements. Instantly TPing top.
Okay.
So wants to secure Medusa's farm right away here.
And how long will this sort of last with the 3 of them up here? But like, you look to the bottom half, is Ceb going to struggle a lot?
They've done this quite some times. I've seen them do these kind of things a lot of times when they see a passive hero like Warlock that can't actually force a hero out. So, you know, I said one of the times that they were actually going to break it up early on, but they actually don't. You know, they like to just leave this kind of tri-lane action when they do have these super carries on the side of OG.
Sure. Because down bottom, as Ceb, he can deal with the pressure here from the 2 of them. You know, Terrorblade, Warlock, not the most threatening of lanes. Obviously, a very safe lane for ILTW, right? But nothing that should be killing Ceb whilst he's on his own.
No. Unless he just steps up just way too far. He will have struggled to get some last hits because we will see Kuroki just follow him around, but every time there's a Blood Right, he secures that range creep. So far, so good for Ceb.
All right. And then, yeah, you know, overall, as we were saying, it's exciting stuff draft-wise from both teams. Yeah, I got to ask, who's do you prefer? Who do you think has got the sort of the better draft here?
Oh, it's tough to say, really. Sure. Like, these Terrorblades have been very impressive lately for me, but Medusa at the same time, too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
GH.
It's really close as GH. The tri-lane, they will be able to get the kill with the 2 supports, and they keeping them off of the wave. Ana getting full free farm up there. I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried just because, like, Terrorblade, I feel like he could just get one-shotted from like sharpshooters and tree line. So eyes on him for BKB timings and stuff like that. And if they get the pipe early on in mind control, Nigma could set the tempo, but it does feel a little scary if it does get to later stages.
We're gonna definitely need to see some sort of sacrificial plays from Nigma with bodies being thrown in between the Terrorblade and the sharpshooter.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you know, we're gonna see some real sort of teammate plays this game.
Yeah. And they do have some ways to be able to play around cogs in particular. That's the one thing I did see. Clockwork got picked up. Instantly, they picked the Earth Spirit. They already have Hoodwink, who can use Sharpshooter to bonk himself out really quickly. Earth Spirit, you can kick the Clockwork out, even save some buddies by rolling into cogs and kick your teammate out. So, yeah, lots of different fun stuff coming out. This game is GH again.
GH! Oh,
he's able to get away.
He's all right, but he's, as you said, he's definitely drawn the short straw, right? He's playing into the lane where there's one of him, there's 2 supports on OG.
Every time he gets low as well, that's where we see Ceb able to thrive a little bit more bottom. The thirst stacks builds up, he's able to actually trade some hits with Kuroki and contest.
See the 2 of them trying to get aggressive onto Saksa. Mind control.
Mind control's low.
He's got to be a little careful as well. Ana just steps across and mind control. Pop and Verify won't save him.
And now GH as well. He's just going to go down.
Well, I think that's the easiest double kill Ana's ever had. And, well, you know, if you watch his pubs, he's had a lot of easy double kills. But, well, there you have it. Just handed to him.
Yeah. Mid so far, fairly even. Just kind of trading that farm back and forth. The low armor of Tiny. Topson's able to get some nice harassment there. And we haven't seen any rotations, at least toward these runes just yet. GH actually looking like he's going to swing toward mid. Maybe going for a toss-back play, it looks like. And Saksa suicides himself.
And so from these mids as well, as you said, you've been seeing Topson sort of crushing it in pubs on this hero.
Couple times.
You expect sort of what just the full playmaking build-up. Oh,
they cut the tree. They stopped the stun.
They've got him trapped in the cogs.
But he gets out quickly.
He's away. GH tries to dive in, but the Fairy fires up, and with the TP over from Saksa, GH won't move in anymore. Topson's going to be fine.
The 2 games I believe that I saw, Miracle does have to be a little bit careful. Stun.
Oh.
Will connect.
Oh, hello.
Roll is off, but might still just go down the
He's in with the
toss.
top. Oh, it's close. Oh my goodness.
He gets him.
We're getting these moves already here. The sort of the 1% HP plays as he'll survive. Topson not quite able to get that. Let's see if... Okay, Saksa's fine. Able to get the high ground roll away.
And both offlaners, I think, are the ones that really have drawn that short straw. We see Mind Control. He's
Yeah.
level 4, 12 last hits. We see Bloodseeker Ceb, also level 4, 9 last hits. So they're the ones going to be struggling to get some enhanced timing for themselves.
Sure. I guess that's more expected in Ceb's situation. So the fact that he's kind of close to Darkseer is not bad for him, seeing as he's been on his own down here.
Yes. Meta is used at the moment here. Trying to put some pressure. Saksa, roll off the mark there. Can't quite get any aggression onto Kuroki. I like that I've been seeing this more and more. The reflection early on these Terrorblades too. Just being able to use your mana, utilize it, and if you do see any pressure coming your way, it is just nice. It's nice to be able to utilize like the Bassi aura that the Warlock does provide.
See GH in Mind Control, trying to get aggressive onto Ana. Unlikely to have anywhere near the damage though, Ana. Oh,
you actually get on top of him though.
With these snakes, though, giving the mana back.
It's doing pretty good.
I mean, Ana's standing his ground. He's feeling confident in the backup that's coming in. The Saksa's in. Roll forward onto GH. They're going to be able to take down the clock. GH goes down. Mind Control has to hide in the trees. You saw there just the confidence of Ana in his teammates. He can stand his ground, get the hits in. Mind Control.
They know he's still up here.
He's got to hide. He does have a TP.
They did the scan on the south side, so they know he didn't go that way. But yeah, maybe expecting him to have TP'd out. As Miracle now making a rotation. He's smoked up.
Oh, and Ana's still low. Miracle, is he able to get in on this? Tossed into the avalanche. He's got one. He's going to be able to take down both of them. A beautiful rotation from Miracle. Will put an end to sort of the reign that Ana's been having up here. He's been having quite a nice time indeed with the kills that he's been granted. But Miracle making the all-important move there for Nigma.
I'm loving these early moves already. 6-5 with a Medusa and a Terrorblade in a game. Usually you expect some kind of sitting back and farm, but no, we're seeing some very active movements already coming out here. Deep ward placed. We do see that
Miracle's still top.
He is still in the area.
I don't think they're quite prepared for this move. Once again, Miracle steps in. He grabs another.
Bang, bang. Nice moves playing around that Darkseer, helping out my control a little bit. He's still low, though, and he's got the thirst. Saksa might go for the snipe.
Oh, Saksa. Oh, the
ward
sees him. With the dodge. And Miracle's here, so now Saksa, he's in a bit of trouble.
He's got a full combo as well. That's very likely to just one-shot him.
Don't breathe.
Ooh. The creeps.
The creeps. They've outed him.
Can you get the full combo on him? The slow. Won't be able to get the full combo.
It might just be enough with a few punches, though. And it is. Slaps him down with the big old tree. Another kill for Miracle's Tiny.
Super early movements. Topson not going to be matching those himself this time around. So Miracle coming out ahead in this laning phase just with these early rotations. Yeah, very nice. Ana now goes back. He's going to be able to farm these jungle stacks that have been prepared a little bit by Notail. But some excellent moves by Miracle, helping out the Darkseer. My control definitely needed that.
I mean, for Topson, what sort of moves do you expect to see him make? Like, where's his game going to take him early on? Are you looking towards the top? Are you looking to try and make plays onto the Terrorblade? Can you make plays onto ILTW here?
I think so. It's just the bane of Terrorblade's existence is high burst magical damage, and he's got that built into this Hoodwink sharpshooter. So I do think he can make the moves bottom. And now Ceb is also 6, and he is going to be going for the Veil build on the Bloodseeker. So as we mentioned, spell amp aplenty. So definitely going to be eyes on these sharpshooters as Notail. We'll farm that 5 gold. I'm really excited to see how much damage it's going to do.
I see it. If they can find Micro. Micro is very low in these trees.
Ooh.
As they see him, he's going to try and run. You can't run from that. Another kill here for the two of them up top.
And equipped Cep.
Radiant are scanning.
Miracle's on the hunt again. Look at him. He is brutal this game.
He's just up and down the map.
Yeah, no mercy whatsoever with these early rotations. Buys all these early items, so won't have that early of a blink dagger, but still is able to make these movements. as we do see these deep wards placed down. Of course, the ward to be able to watch if there's any stacks going on, of course, on this side. Also on the Dire side to watch out if any Ancients are being stacked, but none just yet. Saksa and Topson, they're looking for him. They've got the damage if they get onto him.
Hello. The Centaur, the neutral actually helping out with a bit of setup here as they've got him caught. The Centaur, though, is he able to get the angle? He is. There we have it. Topson, can he get out? If he gets away with this, he can. Saksa's going to be the one left behind as Miracle will manage to clean him up, but Topson gets the job done. Costs him a support, but it's a dead Terrorblade at the end of the day. Topson's going to be happy.
Might lose one of their wards here, I do believe. The bottom one here maybe gets taken out. They actually don't. They actually place the other one. They look for the other one right around where the Terrorblade was positioned, so this one might actually linger for quite some time. Miracle, though, continuing to be active, and they do see Topson's rotation. The ward that they do have on the Ancients from Team Nigma will see that the Hoodwink's here.
Let's see if Topson is still able to achieve something. 5 seconds till the sharpshooter's back up. Some pressure coming in onto Ana. He's going to need backup. It's on the way. Saksa TP's in. Vacuum back on Ana. Hoping the one charges, but seeing huge amounts of damage there coming out from RTW already at this stage of the game with the Metamorphosis. Just a little bit too much for Ana to try and stick around in lane against as GH.
They found Saksa.
He's got the catch. Saksa. He's not going to be able to roll out of this one as GH is able to get the walk in and more than enough damage here buffed up by the Iron Shell of Mind Control. As Nigma can continue to keep this top space nice and safe for RTW to keep pushing on.
He blocks him with the Acorn shot. Look at that.
And now with the rupture.
But Miracle's here. There's a lot of damage, too, that comes from this.
In the combo. Not quite. Topson is able to finish it off here with a sharpshooter. Another move made here as Topson's starting to get active, and successfully so. Kill after kill now for the Hoodwink.
And he does take the Ironwood tree. I was wondering if he's going to keep the Keen Optic or not for himself, but he keeps throwing so he can do his combo as well. He can stun with that Ironwood tree. And the stats. Very important to have any extra bonus stats versus a Tiny. Also, the raindrop, these little things will keep him alive versus some of these combos early on. Early rotation from Team Nigma with the ILTW Terrorblade. We'll get the tower.
Look at this
GH.
It's deep, though. Straight in underneath the tower. Miracle wants to get in. Poor old GH.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hey, oh, I'm so sorry. Like,
Tiny Airlines. I mean, if there was ever any player that didn't deserve getting Tiny Airlined, it was GH, but he just did. Miracle's like, we're going in. GH is like, what? And, all right, dead GH there in the mid. I don't think he's going to get a refund on his flight ticket. As that was not the experience he was after.
Yeah, it happens. Ooh, Miracle does miss the catapult last hit there. But yeah, Veil is online. They've got Ice Vortex level 2. So, as we said, Spell Amp will be there for OG. But ILTW is getting really good farm and is able to pressure towers easier than the side of OG.
Yes, he's getting just that bit more.
And okay, so Topson, it's going to just be a straight Ags Rush. I saw in some of his games he did do this as well.
All right.
Does skip out that Aether Lens. It's also more amp. More amp and status resistance reduction, and it's just it's a lot of damage. It's only got like an 18-second cooldown for a 350 damage nuke. Is quite strong, especially versus frail heroes like a Terrible.
Yeah, and it's a boomerang.
It is a boomerang.
Boomerangs are just pretty cool.
It is.
You know, you can have a boomerang. Who's going to pass up on that? Not Topson.
I can only see expect some disgusting boomerang into status reduction into like a Mystic Snake hits them and it stuns them for 3 seconds when he's got the stone form thing on it too with the Ags. I mean, potential.
It is going to get down to sort of this game where, you know, at what stage is RTW going to have to get a BKB? Or does he not? Can he just build full stats, or he will need a BKB?
I think he's going to need one. They'll have the pipe coverage from Mind Control early. He knows that all this magic damage will be coming up, but it does feel like he'll need it at some point. Miracle already has Blink, though. So these initiations, and GH being level 7 already,
has had
such a good start. And yes, the Fairy Trinket, of course, as we see on these Tinies every single time, it does feel like. And who's got Possessed Mask? Of course, both carries have Possessed Mask.
There we go. Nice bit of balance here between OG and Nigma as Ice Rock graces us with some even RNG to make sure the game is as close as possible.
And early meta, another one, going for the towers. As we said, Nigma will be dictating the pace for these tower pushes a little bit easier.
Miracle. He's in with a combo. Hookshot to follow up. Let's see if they've got enough to bring him down.
Oh, the bombs.
Getting dropped here by Kuroki. Vacuum as well out of the 3 of them. They're going to be able to run down Ana. The Medusa will fall. Ice Blast coming out in return.
Off the mark.
GH, Mind Control, and Miracle trying to continue to push forward. The kick on the Miracle. Miracle still somehow alive there with the stick charges. Finally, he'll fall, but it'll cost the life of Saksa. And with ILTW turning up, Ceb's got no place in this fight. He has to run.
They're healing up ILTW as well. GH gets on top of the AA. Topson has to scurry away. As the Ancients, ILTW will be able to take these away.
There we go. A little bit of a bonus as well for Nigma off the back of that fight. A 3-for-1. And a nice double stack of the Ancients that RLTW is able to get involved in cleaning up.
And we mentioned, you know, the battle of the 4 position. Saksa struggling this time. 1, 6, and 6. GH, he's level 8 with the hood already. He's got his Aghanims already queued up, so definitely some great potential for this Clockwork to just continue to do these amazing plays for himself. He is enabled a little bit better because he's got that Ion Shell to work with.
Miracle.
Miracle.
And seeing with the jump mid, sees an opportunity to get on top of Notail, will take the kill. Topson turns here with the bush wrap, but GH, he's ready to go in on him. In with the hook shot. Traps Topson. Topson trying to break his way out, but he can't. Gets dragged back by the vacuum of mind control. As Nigma bringing the action now to pace. They're not ready. They're going to get the jump in on Ana. Toss back, but Ana, he's able to put the stone gaze. Nigma, they'll back off for now. And the ultimate goes off here for the Medusa. And Ceb, go for a Rupture onto GH. GH, he's out with the TP, and he's away.
See ya.
So Rupture, not going to grant him anything there. Does have the Arcane Rune, though, so
they're going again.
Miracle, just no holding back here. Anytime he sees a hero in mid, he's in with a combo. Ceb will live.
Nice blast. Don't have any follow-up.
Saksa wants to do something with this.
They do.
He's going to dive in here with the roll, gets the control onto the tiny follow there from Topson with the sharpshooter coming in. They'll blast the head off Miracle.
Constant aggression as expected, 15 to 11. Ana still farming, but does feel like Nigma, they've gotten quite a bit more out of this early game. In particular, as we said, GH having a miraculous game so far, level 9. Constantly getting on the right targets, but the vacuum.
Ooh, that's going to break the combo. Stop Saksa from getting in onto Kuroki. Nice little save there from Mind Control.
And there is always things that we do have to factor in as well. This lead with Nigma, they are playing versus a Medusa, but they have lots of answers. GH is just a killer.
Oh, there you go. Easy kill for GH. Sees Saksa walking around.
He pops the hood.
He's a tanky boy. Not tanky enough. No. They'll get the kill in return. And you see GH, he's more than happy to take these trades, throwing himself in and getting himself some solo kill.
Look how aggressive they're playing around this ward, though. Another jump. They want Notail.
They're in with the combo. It's not quite enough, but with the Fatal Bonds out onto the 2 of them, they'll still be able to push on. Miracle getting himself another kill.
They're just running at them. Anytime that they do see anybody playing around this vision, they're just jumping for these kills because of this advantage they've gotten. Again, Miracle, the blink's up.
He's leading him with the Avalanche. Toss not quite on the mark here.
Being a little careful. ILTW does get hit by the sharpshooter.
It's going to be all right, though. Healed up by the bottle, the Shadow Word. They're keeping ILTW at full HP. Whilst this Metamorphosis continues to go, Fortification has been forced out on OG's side of things.
I just saw LTW's item choices that he's queued up. Pretty interesting. They're getting the jump on him, though, man.
They got the burst. No, Miracle. He's in with the counterplay. Jumps in with the Avalanche. Silence. Jump down the stairs, trying to get back to the side, but he's been ruptured. ILTW goes down. Vacuum onto the 3 of them as Saksa will go down in return. Ana trying to chase in here, but Nigma, they're on the retreat. Mind Control's able to drop down the wall. It's Mind Control. He'll be fine. He's able to sneak away in the trees. Ceb, he's pretty speedy. He's looking to see if he can get on top of anyone else. He's looking towards GH, but GH, not a target that Ceb's going to feel confident pushing on towards. As OG will back off. They're happy with things as they are. They may lose Saksa, but they bring down ILTW.
Yeah, 2 times now they're able to slow him down as Ana. He's able to go back to his side of the jungle, get his farm going nicely. And yeah, there's definitely some really strong things that Nigma does have into later stages versus Medusa as well. Not only do they have Reflection, but they have Wall. So this Medusa, as she gets better, she gets stronger. They also will on the side of Team Nigma, so there is a lot of preparation that they do have as another hook shot. GH.
He's in.
But there's the sharpshooter to jump out of the cogs.
He's going to be fine, though. GH, he can get away with this sort of aggression, as tanky as he is when there's only a couple of them around. Topson and Notail just don't do enough to kill him.
Nope.
Especially if that sharpshooter, as you say, is having to be used immediately to break Topson out of the cogs.
3 components toward.
What we got here? Highest amount of deaths for 17 minutes on any hero this event. But that's not a nice stat.
He is. I mean, he's taking a lot of them here.
Poor old Saksa.
It is most of the supports dying, though, right? It's 6 as well on Notail.
I mean, these are professional deaths here. You know, this is.
Ooh.
This is some top-tier stuff, as you say. Supports dying, it's all part of the plan, part of the greater picture here for both teams.
Let's see if ILTW looks to want to take that Nether Shawl. They did find one on the side of Team Nigma. Very good item this game versus all that magical burst that can potentially be coming.
I'm sorry if I missed you saying, but this is what you're on about, isn't it, on ILTW?
The item build that he's queued up. Yeah, he's queued up the Fusel, by the way, after the SNY and the Dragon Lines. I mean, that could be an interesting choice versus that Medusa, of course.
It makes sense.
Not sure if he needs it, though, with the way that he is getting all this pace going.
I mean, it depends, right? It depends how, if you do the numbers, if you crunch the numbers, how much of a damage increase that is against the Medusa, if you take it into account. If you just compare it to just building at the more standard Terrorblade items. But,
it's very mid-game.
Sure, it's going to amp him up to the point where, at this stage, when Ana's turning up with, the Aghanims and the Manta, he's not going to quite be at a place where he's going to be feeling too happy if RTW has multiple illusions beating down on his mana pool.
Oh, Ana.
Oh.
You see him for a second. He's actually the one just running in onto Kuro.
I mean, he's got backup. Saksa's going to come in with a roll onto Kuroki. Kuroki gets the bonds off, but Kuroki, he'll go down. GH is going to try and come in with a hook shot. Mind Control gets the combo off, but he's caught in the blood right. They've lost the darks here. Topson will die as RTW looks to stand his ground with the Metamorphosis. Ana moving in. GH remaining on top of them. Medusa continuing to push him back. Saksa trying to peel Miracle and RTW away from Ana and Ceb, but it will cost him his life. Saksa goes down. GH has the code control onto Ana. Toss forward as well as they continue closing on the Medusa. The mana pool of Ana completely drained. They'll force him out to the side. Dive forward from Miracle as he jumps in. Avalanche in place. He's caught the Medusa. Ana.
He's got a toss.
And it's going to be enough. They bring him down as Nigma have no struggles here, taking the fight as it all begins a little awkwardly. It starts with Ana sort of stepping over to Nigma's half of the map, ready to farm, and then as soon as he's up the cliff, he kind of looks behind him and realizes, oh, there's a team between me and the rest of my teammates.
He's initiating as the Medusa as well. He pops the Stone Gaze, just runs in versus Kuro. And it's important to point out that's a fight without the Chaotic Offering. He didn't have it up, and he gets picked off right at the start. Miracle's still waiting on the sides.
I mean, can he burst Topson?
He's got the Shawl. It's a lot of damage.
It is. And with a hookshot follow-up,
they got him.
It's going to be enough. Cog push back as well. GH with just the right amount of control on top of the initiation from Miracle. Will instantly get them another kill. The tips starting to get shared around here on the side of Nigma as off the back of that last few fights that we've seen. They're going to be feeling pretty good with the flow of this game.
Yeah, they're moving
a step
so
ahead
fast.
of OG.
It's such quick movements across the map. They're just non-stop aggression with this Tiny, with this Clockwork. GH and Miracle just having a hell of a performance this game so far. Like, look at GH's farm. He's got a point booster with the hood. They gave him the Van Brace too. It's a 1900 HP Clockwork.
Oh,
Force
Miracle.
But the
another grab. He gets in onto Ceb, tosses him back. Ceb's dead. I really do feel this so far. This game, this Miracle Tiny. Now we're seeing why Nigma will pick it up. I believe what first pick wasn't it in the draft?
Mm-hmm.
It's looking pretty terrifying. 9-2 and 9. Miracle,
and they just keep hunting.
He just doesn't stop.
Look at him. Him and GH just brutal killers. Vision from the rocket and then just immediate jumps. And he's the one who's actually been holding the Shawl this whole time.
Absolutely.
For all that extra magic damage. Seems very appropriate.
No, they're just completely in sync with one another this game, Miracle and GH. You can really sense it.
And ILTW, I believe he did commit for it. So Diffusal is online. Does mean he can also fight when he doesn't have meta, which is kind of cool as well.
Got a bit of control, but it's slow.
Yep.
Those melee illusions going to do all the more.
And look at this, they're still just waiting. The rocket to scout, it's just keeping OG at bay. And yeah, Topson, very underfarmed at this point, still doesn't have his Aghanims finished, just constantly getting hunted from Team Nigma. And they've claimed the triangle for quite some time here. They're putting a ward right outside the Ancients, it looks like, here at that sentry. And GH, ready to lead the charge. Super tanky Clockwork, halfway toward Aghanims. I mean, his HP is ridiculous.
Yeah, he can...
2200, that's your Clockwork support.
And yeah, as you said, the resistance on top of it all.
Yep.
He can absolutely afford to sort of just recklessly throw himself into the action.
And they're keeping themselves around this area, protecting that high ground ward that was placed before. OG not getting much farm on the map at all right now as Team Nigma threatening erosion. Oh, of course, look at that. A bottle and a DD with the Imp Claw as well too, so tons of damage. OG's got to try to fight this.
They know they're coming over, but Nigma, they also know that OG knows. They're going to smoke up themselves, look to take the fight outside of the pit.
2 Aghanims online. Medusa gets Ags, and the Hoodwink has Aghanims on OG. Let's see if it makes a difference this time.
Miracle, he's in with the 3-man avalanche, ready to start things off. Ceb's getting forced out to the side. Ana pops the Stone Gaze, looks to turn things around. They've got the control here over towards this Tiny. As Miracle's getting fully focused by Saksa. The pushback comes in.
He can't
Miracle,
fight.
He's still alive somehow, standing his ground whilst Rupture gets another combo off. As Miracle, he finally dies, but the damage has been done. They've lost Ana, they've lost Saksa, and they've lost Notail. As OG, they'll lose 3 here for the price of Miracle.
And you may have an Aghanims on your Hoodwink, but it hits a GH Clockwork, and it does 0 damage to him at all, as ILTW shows up with the Diffusal and just evaporates the poor Medusa. Even with the hook shot missing at the start here.
It didn't matter in the long run.
No. Great initiation.
And just there's always going to be that worry that if you don't take down the Tiny quite quick enough, another round of the spells is surely going to hurt, and they couldn't quite do it, despite him getting very low. There's the focus of the 4 of them. As there's the space. RTW able to claim the Aegis for himself.
Look at that, the Sharpshooter. He's too tanky. They have Pipe and Hood. It's not doing much damage at all
damage
this game.
as well with the illusions, combined with the fatal bonds. There's the defusal slow. Seb's got to get out. Will manage to force it down to the low ground. But GH is still closing in on Topson and Notail. They don't quite know where to run. As OG, they are going to try and take this fight.
There we go. They get the GH finally. As he's been quite a big thorn in their side. He's always getting on top of Topson is the biggest thing. Topson's had to use sharpshooter defensively like 4 or 5 instances in a lot of these fights. So that mid solo is not having the effect that he would have liked as this hoodwink because of GH. Just constantly getting on top of him. It's a big advantage here for Team Nigma now. This Terrorblade, absolutely massive. Building toward it, and Scotty as well too. Everything's looking great for them right now.
A brilliant time here, RTW. It's just, yeah, as we said, both teams having the same sort of dynamic. 4 fighters, 1 farmer. And it's just playing out a little smoother here for Nigma. 27-17.
So
7K
aggressive.
lead.
It's just, it really is just constant aggression. This Miracle and GH duo.
Yeah, they've just managed to achieve just that little bit more, really, than what OG have on the respective, the combination of Spirit and Hoodwink. It's just not quite been as fast-paced as that Nigma's managed to roll with.
No, Saksa just has to give his life half the time, it feels like. He's 1 in 11 on the Earth Spirit. Every time he rolls in, he tries to save his Medusa, but it's still not able to protect him, as they're just getting on top of Ana. And that was a timing, too, Ana. OG, they hit the double Ags timings right before that fight. It didn't matter. Nigma got the jump again, right on top of the perfect heroes. Kuroki setting up for the defense bottom. They're all TPing to the back. Looks like they're going to try to smoke out and catch OG off guard. All of them TPing to the back tower, leaving the fast TP open for ILTW in the front.
ROG going to be ready for this. Nigma.
They scout. They see Saksa.
Okay. A little bit whiff there with the initiation. As Saksa, he's not going to take the brunt of the full combo. Saksa's able to get out to the side. The Fatal Bonds comes down, though. I'll give them the damage required to bring down the Earth Spirit. Quick Stone Gaze from Ana, but Nigma's able to step to the side. Turn and try and take down the Golem, but with the Shadow Word, Kuro's Golem's going to be kept alive, and now OG, they've just got to run with no Stone Gaze to protect himself. They've got to get out of it. Vacuum wall down onto the 2 of them. Topson trying to turn over towards GH, but GH is too tanky, and now ILTW around. OG, they have to run. They've got no space or place to be had here in this team fight, as Mind Control's able to surge in, take down Topson. Ceb is trying to get back in here.
But it puts him into GH.
To the cogs. Oh, no. It's straight into the cogs, so that TP ain't gonna work, and it will fall. Notail and Ceb make it out of there.
It looked okay. The retreat at first for OG because they get the Miracle Tiny, but then the chase forward. Nigma just have enough to be able to catch the rest of them there. Even honestly, the little mini defusal slow as well. It's definitely working out.
No, this defusal's looking very good for the way that Nigma's playing. Absolutely,
yeah. Just constant aggression, super fast plays. Hook shot. Ceb just able to dodge it. That was very close. As an Aghanim's about to be finished up for GH as well. As we said, incredible performance so far from this Clockwork. LTW, quite alone.
I mean, he's very alone. He's really going for it here. I mean, he's got an Aegis. I think he's expecting there's going to be some backup. I mean, Kuro's trying to get over.
Can he get the Sunder? He's locked in place. The Force, he's dead.
He's dead. I mean,
way too far up.
Yeah. One of those moments, I guess, where you just sort of forget what the team is. I mean, we'll see Nigma still come in, get Saksa, but that did not seem like a necessary death there from ILTW.
Nope, OG did sync it up really nicely with all their spell combos, though. They got the Silence. He almost is able to get the Sunder off, but not quite. Yeah, very deep forward.
He was just enjoying life there, hitting down the tier 2 tower. I mean, he had an Aegis. Kuro was kind of there, but the rest of the team, they weren't going to be around to save him, even with the 2 lives.
No, they're making their own play bottom, and OG did capitalize this time around.
There we go, as you said, no surprise here. GH on the record timing, 50 seconds faster than the event's fastest Ags on clock.
Which was a very fast one as well, because that was, I believe, Saksa who had that incredible performance on the Clockwork the last time around that we did see this as the 4.
We did see that pretty insane Saksa game, and yeah, GH definitely making a case to really contest that sort of level of performance hit.
Absolutely.
Showing he can do it just as well.
Ooh, lots of neutral items being left on the ground here. Kuroki's like, I'll pick it up for you guys, don't worry, that's my job. Mind control, GH, keep doing your plays.
So Ceb, GH, is going to be able to start the action. Oh, nice drag back into the second hook shot. They got enough damage though, they don't. Ceb's fine. This time, OG, they'll have a lot of backup. Straight in onto Mind Control. Ice Blast connected with a Sharpshooter coming in. There's no chance for Mind Control. Saksa is going to look for the follow-up control onto GH. Miracle's coming in for the side. The golem. The Bonds. They're round onto the three of the Miracles in with the combo onto Topson, but they've already lost GH. Now Miracle's got to be careful. I said that OG also very apprehensive about continuing to keep this fight going. They're straight in the trees. They're TPing out. They don't want to be around when ILTW turns up.
Couple mistakes from Nigma. OG's capitalizing a couple kills here. They also saw ILTW TP down with that ward that they do have placed on that south side, so they did see Terrorblade getting in, so he's able to scurry away quickly on the side of OG. Do punch back a little bit. They need quite a lot more of those. And that was also a golem used, so definitely a couple of slip-ups there from Team Nigma.
See the attempt here to try and take down Ceb at the start, but he's a slippery fellow here with the Force Staff, the plate mail, the hood. He also quite the tanky hero.
Now they're all back up though, and we still do see like these big team fights, they are Nigma favored whenever they do get the proper jump here. Having the BKB on Miracle too should be much safer. Unless he gets like full chain stun down, he should get the BKB off and be able to survive versus the heavy magic damage that OG does have. And they're just the ones who tank the spells, right? ILTW, he's still that big carry to be able to sit in the back lines. Claim the outpost. Claim some high ground vision as well. Topson buys himself the tome, so he's gonna have level 3 sharpshooter online. That big damage jump will be there. So they still do have burst potential if they can get onto those heroes quickly before the BKBs, but now Saksa, he's been found again.
Now they're gonna be able to take him out, continue to set back that BKB timing that he's trying to scramble towards, but as you can see, the deaths are really starting to add up and affect his goal build up this game. Really struggling to get the money in.
He's got the ward down here. He sees Ceb as well.
Oh, and he's got ILTW coming in as well. Smokes as well. They're moving straight over.
They're gonna get Ceb here. Toss him back to ILTW. Easy. Doesn't even have to use a diffusal.
At the same time, GH.
Another one, GH.
He's also caught Topson.
And he's got a second hook.
He has. He's able to combo in onto Topson.
He solos him.
As the one sharpshooter's not going to be enough, and now Ana, Stonegaze is finished.
He's in the wall as well.
So Nigma's able to get in. ILTW and Miracle on top of the Medusa. Ana doesn't stand a chance.
Shredded. GH, the hunter, the killer, again and again getting on top of Topson, providing all this vision.
Oh boy, he's having a great time here, GH, and really making it look like Topson just, he's got no, like what does he do
He's
against
got no
this? The double hook shot, it's too much. 2 sets of hook shots, 2 sets of cogs. You can't sharpshooter yourself out of both of them.
He sees the support. He sees blood.
Right up to the fountain, pretty much.
That's a Rex. Maybe even potentially more.
I mean, at least, yeah, here, 36-21, 14K lead here for Nigma.
Going for the second one, ILTW. 2 full items on top of the Medusa at this point.
That's insane. I mean, they've just played it so fast.
Yeah. 36 kills, 32 minutes. So clean from the side of Team Nigma today. Double Rexes, 17K gold lead.
I mean, they're going to stick around. There's not a lot really that Nigma have to be scared of here. We'll see how much space they want to give them. I mean, if they want to stick around, they absolutely can.
They're just going to wait for somebody to show. They've got a chaotic offering as well at the ready after all these fights. They haven't had to use, actually, they haven't had to use it in most of the fights. It's been successful fights just from the initiations without the golem.
And Topson and Saksa are trying to get out the base here with the smoke, see if they can catch any of Nigma splitting up.
Okay. Meta is still down. AA Blast, though. 3-man catch. ILTW, look at the damage.
Big sharpshooter, but have they got anything else to come out? They do! It's enough damage. ILTW will fall there as Topson's able to set up with a huge burst of his ultimate. Miracle, he's back in though. GH also able to get the lead in onto Ceb with the combo. Miracle's able to bring down Notail. A second round of hook shot. He's on top of Ceb. Ceb's going to go down. As GH will get the kill, he'll also get out. TP's away, plays it safe, respects the buyback here from Saksa. Miracle's still hanging around though.
He's quite alone.
Can Miracle do this with the backup of Mind Control and Kuroki? Not quite. As off he starts to run. They pop the Stonegaze, but the wall's down. The bounce here, the Ag Snake. Trying to kick Miracle back, so he's facing towards Ana, but Miracle's able to turns with another combo, in fact, and takes down Topson. as he gets set up to pick up another kill. Ana trying to fight against the three of them, but he's slowed. GH is back in with the hook shot. The mana's gone on Ana. Ana falls.
And GH still hunting, as well as my control, still chasing forward. Saksa will be the sole survivor for his team. As Roche respawns, 20 seconds until ILTW does come back up, and he's got Meta at the ready as soon as he does.
Oh yeah, Nigma just continuing to just beat OG all over the place.
Oh, is Notail gonna show himself? Miracle, as soon as he sees him. Oh, he's jumping him. See you later, Notail. On to tier 4s. Oh, he throws the tree away. Doesn't even want it. He's just gonna punch it. So that might be it. They do have buybacks.
They have a buyback on Ana.
But ILTW is running straight down the mid lane, and oh, a DD spawns top as well if they do go back for Roche, if they can't clean up the game right here.
And here's the buybacks. Rupture's down.
But it's Lotus.
Yes, indeed. They'll still try and lead it on to GH, but GH turns with a hook shot straight in onto Saksa.Topson. Revving up the sharpshooter. Is he going to do any sort of sizable damage? It is onto ILTW, but Miracle's on the front lines, pushing the back with the BKB. Combos down Saksa. I'll have the AA back up in a second, but now no Saksa.
They're ready to just end this.
They are. ILTW is going to continue pushing on. Stonegaze is back up in a second for Ana.
They've got wall back up in 10 seconds. Meta's popped.
Yeah, they're ready to close this up, Nigma. As OG, what can they do here with just the four of them? How can they stop ILTW from doing this? Miracle's in with a jump straight away onto Notail, takes him out yet again. Vacuum onto the three. The walls drop down. They're trying to scramble back towards the fountain, but the cogs are out. Ana can't get back to the fountain as Nigma hold him outside of it, take him down. 100 seconds, no Ana. It's over. It really is. GG is called as Nigma. I mean, they just really turn up here in game one. Nothing being held back. As we said, you know, it really was just Miracle and GH leading the charge throughout this